We're going to review constructing parallel lines. Our problem says, given a point outside a line, here we're given point P, to construct the parallel to the given line L through point B. So the first thing you need to remember that we learned about earlier are parallel lines cut by transversal create corresponding congruent angles. So the first thing we want to do for this problem is create a transversal. Now it doesn't matter if it's up and down, if your transversal is to the left, if your transversal is to the right. The thing that's most important is your transversal has got to go through the given point as well as the given line. Now we do know that our parallel lines that are cut by a transversal, we've created L, have corresponding congruent angles. And you already know how to create congruent angles. So we're going to look at this angle here, and we are going to use that to create our corresponding congruent angles. So you're simply going to follow the steps to create congruent angles. You're going to measure from the vertex of the angle, and you're going to measure the opening with your compass. You're going to create an arc that goes through that opening. Now here's where you set it and forget it. What you do on one section, you have to do on the other. P will be our second vertex. It will be the line here that's on the transversal, so that we're going to follow your transversal up, put our compass at P, and we need to make sure now that when we're creating our second arch, that it goes below our point P and it crosses the transversal, because your angles both will have the transversal for one of the rays. Now the next thing you need to do, you need to measure the opening of your angle. I like to always measure at the transversal because they share transversals. They do not share this line here, and so I always measure from the transversal to the opening that connects with our given line L, and measure here. Now again, we set it and forget it. Walk your compass up past P where your first arch met at the transversal. Put your compass in there and then create your arc here. Now where we've created our arc here, we have our point. X marks the spot. We can now connect point P to our X that we had to create our parallel lines. And just like with our parallel lines, we need to make sure we provide our tick marks to identify to our teacher that we have created parallel lines.